Namaste. Very welcome everyone. God bless you all. Um, in the simple way of looking, this is the last satsang of this year. No? Last Saturday satsang of this year, and we can use this reference also. That let us finish as much as we can finish today, like finishing everything of this year, so that we can start totally fresh from next year, totally new from next year. No? It is possible today. It's a very powerful opportunity here today. No? So what it means, what to finish, what we want to finish, what do we want to finish? How do we really know in the first place that there's something to be finished, something to be solved, something to be corrected? How do we know in the first place? Actually, in the beginning of our life, most probably, it's like a unbroken joy, unconsciously, but unbroken joy. No? Then that joy is broken at some point. And then we try to go back to that unbroken joy and not able to. No? So it is the broken joy reminds us that no, that something is missing, something is not here, something I have to go back to my some state where I was joyful and connected with life and nicely flowing and knowing at the right time what to do, what not to do. No? In some way. Knowing the truth of who we are, the whole process of satsang is for that purpose. To go back to that unbroken joy. Like in this unbroken joy, there is a something very impersonal about it here. We don't deal with persons directly so much all the time, Like life flows more impersonally, indirectly, incorrect, like internally, you know. Only rarely we interact, or meet a person and talk to a person like a person. And this is the opportunity for all of us. Anybody interested, you can talk to me if it helps you.
Ji. Ji, I wanted to share something and want some clarification, and if it's appropriate, my question. Ji, we talk about the meditation. We talk about the meditation, and then we talk about the relationship between teacher student and guru disciple. And I'm feeling that I'm always looking for taking, but I'm not looking for that whether I'm eligible for what, whether I'm a student or a disciple or not any of them yet. So I want to know the quality or the attribute of a student and a disciple, and a shift how it can happen.
I see. Okay. It can be useful. It is not going to be like a hard written. So just take it as a reference. Try to understand the essence of it, not kind of freezing the words which are shared. No. Yeah. Generally, it is known by different teachers or different students in different times, and I am just speaking based on that what I have known so far. No? Like generally, what we call a student in the spiritual context is the state of a soul where it is interested in truth for sure. The soul is interested in truth, but more trying to learn right now that what are my options. Like, okay, there is something called meditation. Like I told you that I was reading Osho's book for one year or something, and very excited, like how amazing is what he's saying. And then at some point, after 1 year, I realized that he's talking about something called meditation, and that something has to be done about it. Not that Just reading the book will be enough. So I was a student until then, you can say. And then after 1 year, I became a disciple. Basically, disciple, generally speaking, is a state where we are ready to learn. You know, not ready to collect information only. Ready to collect information basically means that we don't want to change. We just want to know in the mind anything. So a student knows things in the mind, but does not embrace them in the heart. Because if we allow anything to be known deeply, it will bring change. And satsang is a very powerful opportunity here. As you see, as you live the truth, something changes in you immediately. Not in a personal sense, but in a sense that you start becoming more settled in the truth of who you are, for example. So that change of unbecoming the person and settling in the soul, mostly not welcomed by us in the beginning. We feel that my life is settled in the sense of even if not happy, even if suffocating, but things are well balanced or well defined. And I don't want to disturb it right now. I just want to learn. So then that's where we learn in the mind only. Like a, in one sense, like a correction happening in our understanding. What I call the three outcome, three attainment of spiritual processes. One is stable understanding, another is coming to the continuous joy, and the third is self-knowing. So this is first step. The student is in the first step of correcting the understanding, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. But no fundamental change will take place here. The door, or you can say possibility for continuous joy may open up, but the student has not come to that yet. It may sound very, very, very strange really, that to come to the continuous joy, a soul has to let go of suffering, let go of attachment to the suffering, or more importantly, let go of the attachment to the sufferer that we think we are. So the soul is defining itself in a certain way, and based on that, soul is feeling that life is a suffering. And until the soul let go of its self-definition, that suffering will not end, and we cannot experience the continuous joy which is present in our heart. So for this change to take place, a student will not be sufficient generally. That's where we say a more, how to say, well, like a student which is more welcoming the change, ready to come or to the joy of being, to the, like, like why you are listening in satsang, this why part. When the student is ready to actually come to the result of the effort of satsang, that is what is a disciple. And then that disciplehood is like a beginning of it only. Like you feel that okay, I don't need to listen in satsang, I can live the truth also. And I don't live the truth in satsang, I can start actually settling in truth also. And so it's kind of keep going deeper and deeper anyway, like a higher and higher possibility opens up for the disciple. In this way, I will define. And I would like to be very neutral about it, that you can be a disciple in this moment, and next moment with the same teacher you can be a student also. You see, like you closed again. It's not like forever. There is no such thing as forever here, no? You see what I mean? However, there is a threshold. When you go beyond it, then there is no going back. Like you cannot again, start imagining things. For example, once you cannot start dreaming once you are awake up to some degree. You know what I mean? Like that. Did I explain to you what you were asking?
Yes, it's more clear now. But one thing I wanted to check, Ji, with my own experience and bring it to you, Ji, that resistance, do it, which I understood, Ji, that in the, if a disciplehood, or if I decide to leave this suffering or something, that means I will leave the resistance also, or resistance will stay, and then
Resistance for what?
there is a kind of a energy or something comes which pulls back and bring it, a mind or says no, this you don't listen or don't let the uh, understanding or this which not allow to open up some kind of.
No, that resistance still will come. Because what is happening is that you, the soul, has kind of forgotten yourself at the moment. And you think that I am just this much as my conscious mind. And the decisions are made in the conscious mind right now. You present in the unconscious mind or unconscious level is still going to continue resisting to your own decision. No? So not that somebody else will have resistance for you, your decision, you yourself. No? So you will have to know yourself in a way or sense yourself at the unconscious level, and there that same decision which you made at the conscious level has to reach to the unconscious level also. Then only the resistance will disappear. From the energies, still the resistance may come because of the memory, because energies have memory. Meaning energies have a memory of being a person, the sufferer, the one who is happy, the one who experiences happiness and unhappiness. So they are going to resist even after you have united yourself into the decision. But their power will not be felt by you so much now. But initially the power is also felt. Because this time actually you are registering, not energies are registering. So this much we can transcend at some point, that you are not registering anymore at any level, conscious, unconscious, subconscious, any level. You are one in the decision to make the choice, to leave the suffering like this. Just an example could be that right now we are in satsang, you are happy, everything is good. Actually, yeah, it's fine. Do you choose joy? Yes, yes. Do you, I ready to let go of suffering? Yes, yes. Like this, be very clear. And then when suffering comes very strongly and its nature is very personal, like egoic, that time you will become a person, a ego, a sufferer. Will you remember this that time? This is what I mean. You should be able to remember this same thing that time also. And that time also you need to choose the truth. This is what I mean. So in this way, it is like a progress internally, but progress of choosing the truth, not progress of growing in any way in this case. No?
You, that means that is just choosing the truth, becoming student to disciple, and then going further. Just a choice only.
It is actually. Because it is our imagination that I am an independent doer, not that it is real. No? So coming out of imagination that I am many doers to I am one doer. No? And then this doer is doing one thing, choosing truth, or trying to solve the problem called suffering, whole of it this time. And this is going to open the doors that, okay, hey, actually I'm not a doer. And if I'm not a doer, I'm not a sufferer also. No? If you cannot do anything in one situation, can you really suffer? Actually not. You cannot. If you clearly know that you cannot do anything in some situation, there is no way you can suffer in that. You will not feel helpless, generally speaking. No, you will not actually. You know, like suddenly rain happens and you have very beautiful suit and like tuxedo and everything, and it just got ruined. You were going to a wedding or something, and everybody was there like this, and everybody, clothes got ruined like this. Everybody will be all right, no? Because you know you cannot do anything really about it, no? So suffering is connected to sense of doer. I can do something, it's just I don't know what to do and how to do like this. So with the suffering, with the sense of doership, suffering also goes away. You cannot suffer also now. So when a child is living joyfully, basically child doesn't have this sense that I'm a doer. But this is more before self-consciousness state, below mind state in a way, below consciousness mind state. But then the child will enter into the mind state and then all the trouble. That's why if you can watch your actions, watch your doings, that how exactly you are doing, you will become clear. Actually, I don't think I'm really doing it so much, you know. And that is going to remove that falseness that we live. falseness of the doer, no? And the truth of the being will be lived. So this sense of doer, the falseness of the doer, is covering the truth of the being. There is a possibility that your body mind may not function very well right now for doing certain actions, no? And for that certain training or change might be required. But it does not mean that your soul cannot live its truth and joy, no? During this time. You know, you see the point. So the soul is identifying yourself based on your body, mind, and your abilities. This is what it means to be a person. No, the soul is free to live your truth and joy right now. When your body, mind, and energies will evolve and grow and will become more capable and like this. You see, it's good. There was one more definition given by different teachers about a student and disciple, is that a student is the one who is still switching from one teacher to another, one teaching to another. And the disciple is the one who has kind of settled with one teacher now. They gave like this also. So I really feel that we should not really get into this kind of things so much. We should more care about what exactly is the essence, what we are getting and whether we are getting or not. No? We should focus more on this, I feel. But it's totally fine. If you are asking, I'm trying to reply. So thank you. In one sense, on a lighter note also maybe, like doing a review of different products before we order something. No? Like a online window shopping or physical window shopping can be a useful thing. But really nothing is happening here. You are not paying anything, you are not getting any product. No transaction, actual transaction is happening, no? No give and take is happening, no? Like this. So this is a student. A disciple is when you click the order button. When you click the order button, you know, after filling your, card details and everything. Like this time that really you are paying something. That's a disciple. No? Because you are very serious this time that like this is the best option for me, really, like this. Just a lighter note, but it may give you some clue about, yeah. It's about seriousness, the sincerity of the student, how sincere a student is. Like just to be very clear how I look at things, that Madhvi is here and Madhvi teacher teaches student like academic, and I saw Madhvi's student to be so serious, sincere that they look like a disciple to me. Like they are so ready to give that cost to get something. So they are like a disciple to me. Not that disciple can be only in the spiritual context. You see what I mean? It's about sincerity. Are you ready to give something to get this thing? No? Like this. No, no, I don't want to give anything. You just give me everything. And then I will decide what to do with it. Then you will not do anything about it. Without giving any cost, without paying any cost. Nobody does anything with those things. You see what I mean? So this is another way also of looking at it. Thank you. But I hope it is clear to all of you. I'm not suggesting any one of you to be a disciple or a student or anything else. Because I don't find myself confined or defining myself based as a teacher or a guru or anything like that. Uma, you want to say something?
Thank you so much. I want to understand freshly something with you. I noticed in me something, and I want to know more. Uh, like in satsang, or not in satsang generally, the inner state is continuously changing, a state of energies and a state of experience or anything. And sometimes the state is not good, and suddenly my heart starts closing. And I, and as you shared, then I just sit and try to see what is happening. And I felt like only one step is needed here, so that to open heart again. And like I should take one step, and it will open again and starts like connecting with my beingness again. So what should be that one step? Please share something about it.
I feel that that one step should be like, first of all, there has to be a clarity. Like I want to share a clarity, some clarity about it, that you can keep it like a key, no? So the key is immediacy. Be immediate about it. Don't give yourself time for that step. If you give yourself time, you are in the dream again, in the ego again. Don't give yourself time to believe that your heart is closed. Don't give yourself time to try to open your heart also. Just turn towards yourself. Yourself. This self which is present here. And it may sound strange right now, or it may feel difficult at some point. So for that, do this heart breathing. You start with breathing in, and with every breath coming in, you come in the heart. And you just leave yourself in the heart now. Don't go out of the heart when the breath is going out. Don't try to make your energies lighter. Don't try to make your mind more clear, less cluttered. Don't try to make any change, because that's where we are already caught up in the dream of being someone who is troubled by the state of energy. You need to return to the truth of who you are here. That's going to be the end, in a way, of it. Like basically, that's what is closing of the heart. Closing of the heart is like you have closed for yourself, for your own truth. You need to open for your own truth, live your own truth. And the states of energy, the flow of energy, the thoughts and feelings, the certain feelings, deeper feelings, bhavana, like this, they're going to give you the impression that you have lost yourself, or you have to do something else. Don't do anything else. Do that thing which you have been doing to remain in the truth of who you are. Just do that one single thing, or that one simple thing. That one simple thing could be heart breathing for you, could be just a immediate command to yourself that just let me turn towards myself. Don't give yourself time to get involved in the thinking about things, about this thing, to get involved about what is this and how to do or how to not. But then it is already too late. Because then the method will be different. Then the method will be the way of the doer, not the way of the being. This is the way of the being which I am sharing with you. So adopt the way of the being as long as you can. When you cannot, you will have to deal with the situation in the way of the doer, in which we get into now. Try to remember again and again that when you are able to come in touch with yourself. You don't feel the need to change your energies and state. They just somehow become ineffective. No, they just don't affect you anymore. They don't touch you anymore. As if you have internally become free. Like we are internally free into the purity of being, and the so-called impurity of the energies is not affecting us anymore. This is true freedom. This is true freedom. This is not a freedom that comes through purifying the energies. No, this is the freedom that comes through living the purity of being, which is already present. No? And this can purify our energy so much faster than any other process, by the way. Because why living the purity of our own being can purify our energies faster. It is like this, that you are trying to clean your house. You are finding some dust, some garbage, some dead rat or something. And somebody says to you, just taste the purity of air which is available, let's say, outside of this house. And you just sit there, live the pure air, freshness for 1 hour, 2 hours there. Then come back here. Then you will be able to smell so many other things also, which you were not smelling before. And then it will be so fast for you you will not think, shall I remove this or shall I keep it? No, no questions, no answer, no discussion. You just naturally, integratedly feel out, out, out. Like just simply because all those things which are living inside us are living because of we are holding on to them. And first of all, you will not hold on to them. The soul, you will know this thing I for sure don't want. At the moment you consciously say, the soul says that I don't want this, you have already decided to let go of your hold on to it. Then this thing cannot survive for so long. Breathing out, as simple as breathing out, can remove those things. No? It may sound really very simple thing. Oh, what do you mean breathing out? We have to do so many powerful processes and like things like this to remove our energy. Have you tried breathing out consciously? With the intention of the full intention of the soul that I want to clean everything which feels heavy, which feels not in line with me, which feels not in harmony with my soul, with my truth. And you will see that how powerfully it can clear up so many things. What do you feel, Uma? Is this answer fitting somewhere in your context, in your way of looking?
Yes, very much thankful. I am feeling very much nice. Like again, got connected with this oneness of being. This is so much working. It immediately works for me, especially heart breathing. Immediately bring me to this pure place.
In this heart breathing, trying to establish the facts here also. So in the heart breathing, there are three facts being established. One, the body. One, the breathing. Another is heart or the place of being. So you are that heart, you are that place of being, you are that being, and you are living the breathing, focusing on the breathing, and you are acknowledging the body also. All three are actually true. The being that we are is permanently true, and the breath and the body is temporarily true or in time true. So basically what you are doing is you are withdrawing yourself from that which is actually not really real or relatively less real, the thoughts and feelings, to the physical manifestation of the same thoughts and feelings in the form of physical body and breath. So basically you are trying to take support of something which is more permanent, which is less changing in time. No? And that is kind of going to withdraw you from that which is very fast changing and keeping us confused that what to do, what not to do, where I am and where I am not. Here you will feel that kind of stability immediately, like, aha, all right. Your natural wisdom will start functioning immediately. Wisdom of the being. Also. Do you feel that you can like can you take these things away from here? Like these are the takeaways of it. You, the soul, in the heart, the breathing, very real. Breathing is very real. Body also. Right?
Yes, Ji, this is very beautiful takeaway for me. This living body, breath, and soul.
Yes. Maybe the word real is not maybe so fitting here, but we can say certain. The body is certain. Certain. You are certain about the body. You are certain about the breath. And very soon you will be certain about yourself. And once you are certain about yourself, you are certain about everything which is not certain in you also. And then you will not give value to that. That's what it means to not give value to mind or ego. Because it is not a certainty, it is something uncertain. You see? So that soul that we are, who is not certain about itself, is going to be dependent on the mind which is not certain about it. But as soon as you, the soul, start becoming certain about yourself, you are able to see the uncertainty of the mind and everything inside, and then you will certainly not depend on it. You see the point? You will depend on your wisdom, not the wisdom of the learnt knowledge of the mind. Thank you. I think it's nice. Thank
Yes, very nice and helpful. Thank you so much.
you. Please be aware, everyone. I'm very open for discussion, any discussion, like we were talking about student and disciple also, and anything like this. You just need to come forward and talk to me if you are. Yeah.
Namaste, Rajee. As you were talking to Uma about this thing to come to the real space inside of you, and then how you can see that the faults or all this cluttering in the mind, that how it gets more and more smaller in a way, and I could see it, and it was really a nice experience. And then it was also this thing, I think it was in the talk with Miriam, how we can know what is wrong in us or where we have to get rid of or what is false. And then I could also feel if you come more to this place, then it reveals itself kind of what is false or what is not right. And I don't have really a question, but I'm just happy that I could feel it really, that this, when you put the weight or your energy or your attention in the being, that this, all these things which can keep you so occupied and where you are suffering from, and you try everything to get rid of them, and this is the way. And it's kind of, I can live it here, and in the outside it's sometimes it gets bigger, but I think this is also the up and down.
It is, yeah. Very happy that you can live. You are able to live. Even if you are able to live a little bit, it's a great achievement, really. Like you can really not compare this what you are living with even those many, sometimes many great spiritual experiences and things like this, because they don't bring change. This does bring change in your way of looking, in your way of relating with everything else, because you are able to see the mistake now. uh, it feels like this, that sometimes we get into an argument with somebody, too much involved, that we start talking things, strange things, and we start, like, we are attached to very strange kind of things and argument that time. And then during this time or after some time, when we calm down a little bit, we feel, "Hey, why I was talking like this and what those kind of things, from where they were coming. I did not want to say like this. I didn't want to be attached to these kind of things. No, that's not my opinion or way of looking. No. This happens. This is happening to us also when we are waking up. Like, the more you are going to wake up to the truth of who you are, the more somehow you get involved or engaged with the real things. Like, real things are what? Real things are like being joyful, living life, caring about your body health, and happiness of body and everything together, well-being, knowing the truth of who you are, living joyful all the time. Not that what it is called. Like, would you care what it is called where you are now? Like, is it enlightenment or awakening, or just awakening of Kundalini or something? Would you care really about it? All that care is just coming because we are rotating in the head only. We have not got out of it into the heart. Once you come into the heart, you will like, can you please find somebody else to discuss these kind of things? I'm kind of busy right now. Because living the truth of who we are inside our heart is so engaging and so real that you don't need advice from anybody that shall I live it or shall I kind of attend those kind of confusions about awakening and enlightenment. Like, you feel maybe I will attend them later if they still exist for me. But right now, like, intuitively we know what to do here now. Like this. And this direction is very, very correct. Your direction is very, very correct in the sense that just keep living this truth of who you are. That dream, that horror movie, that nightmare in which we are caught up, slowly disappear. That nightmare is not just my life, it is the whole life, other people and everything. No, this whole nightmare slowly disappears. And what appears in place of that is something so different. You still see the state of consciousness in different forms. You still see that. And you will do the needful when interacting with anybody also. But somehow you don't have any enemies anywhere in the world anymore. Like a internal struggle that was going on in relation to anybody and everybody, it's just not there. Like, you are more engaged with yourself. It's like you are much more for yourself now than against anybody or anything. Like, you are too much more for yourself that you don't have time or energy or attention for being against anyone or anything. You don't form opinions anymore. You don't form, point of views towards things anymore. Like, sorry, I'm a little busy right now. Maybe right, maybe wrong. I don't know that. You don't hold, political and those kind of views anymore. So this is that state of being, which may look like a running away from real world to the person state. But no, it's not running away from the real world. It is coming back to the real world. Here you actually do everything that you want to do. Not that, okay, I'm just going to sit and do nothing. No, no. Before that, you were more doing kind of work, like a labor work, which you did not want to do, let's say, or by your own standard. No. Not that the labor work is something bad. If labor work was what you wanted to do, you would do that now. Like there are some people who go back to villages after living a lot in cities, because this is what they wanted to do, like working in the farm, creating things, carpentry job and everything inside there, like sustainable life. Some people are living in the villages by themselves. Amazing, it's amazing. If you wanted to do that, you will do that. Yeah. but not so that you can get happiness, but so that you can express yourself. This is the fundamental difference. Because expressing yourself is a natural existential thing. No, it's like this. Life wants to express itself because it is not able to contain. Have you not noticed that when you are happy, even for a moment, very truly happy, you just feel bubbly, bubbly, like bubbly. You want to just go somewhere, do something, dance, run, walk, do something. So that something is what is going to happen now. Like the two biggest challenges I found, which are really one, in the direction of coming to the truth of who we are, is that our belief in our mind and the belief of other people in their mind together. So like the individual mind and collective mind. Individual belief in the personhood and the collective belief in the personhood. These are the two things which are one actually, in a way. Like it feels like I'm going to be left out, like a fear of missing out something. If I don't believe that life is suffering, you don't you will not be left out. You can really have a very unique way of looking at life. You are free. We all are free to look at life in a unique way. That no, life is not suffering for me. No, it is not. It includes happiness and happiness, but it is not suffering for me. We are free to choose actually like this. And I am saying this to you. If you feel in your heart, you can choose this joy of your heart forever. Like you can make it your home and do everything from here on. And you will be able to do everything much better. Much better. The living of our own truth, living of our own continuous joy does not numb our sensitivity towards experiences of the body, mind level or life. It just doesn't let us believe that we have lost ourselves. We never feel lost in life, in the experiences anymore. We never feel suffering also. Suffering basically means that this experience has to go away in order for me to feel joy. No, this experience which is happening doesn't need to go away anywhere. You can continue feeling joy while this experience lives in you. If you and you have a choice to focus on this or not. You know, you don't focus on this, it doesn't exist for you, even inside the body. Like so, just trying to clear something. So thank you. It's nice. I'm very happy that more and more beings are returning to their truth.
I think it was in one satsang in Pune where you also told that it is all inside of us or you, like that it's all inside of me in this case. And this also, it was like, oh yeah, my God. And this is like, again and again, I heard it so much and I know it in the mind level, but sometimes you don't understand it on another level that you really think, yeah, it's really senseless to search for happiness or for joy in the outside because maybe I experience it enough how it goes then. That this joy is okay, it's somehow there and suddenly gone and you feel like more in a way failed or whatever you feel then. And this really struck me in the heart as you told this. And like you also used the word or the sentence you told just now, it's all for you. Be up for you. Like this, I feel this kind of helps. It's like a good reminder always for me.
Yeah. I had a feeling to share with you something like let's live something. Let us see that how we can get our hands on joy forever, let's say. Like how we can hold on to joy forever, let's say. And I don't want to really give you the how-to of it. I want to more show you the mistakes that we are making in this direction. And once we stop making those mistakes, we will have the joy forever. Kabir says that pani mein meen pyasi, meaning in the water, fish is thirsty. In the water, fish is thirsty. He says like this. Papaji said, you are joy itself. You are peace itself. So what we are doing is, in the name of being joyful, we are trying to hold on to a thing called joy inside us. A experience called joy inside us. A thought called joy inside us. A state called joy inside us. And by doing so, we are not able to live our own nature. And then when we are not able to live our nature, we don't hold on to joy continuously. Or we don't live joy continuously. If you can learn to live your nature while living anything that happens inside you, you will live your joy of your being all the time. There is no way you will be able to lose it ever. In the reality, in the existential fundamental reality, even our thoughts and feelings and everything that is living inside us is made of that joy that we are. But just that you have to decode it in a way. Or another way to decode it is that you live the joy, the truth of your being, and without trying to change it inside you. Meditation basically is a way to learn to just sit and look at everything that is going on inside us without trying to change it. Just sitting meditation is a way to learn the way of the being. That not even looking at it. Now more engaged with myself, living the truth of myself, the joy of myself. Do you mind what is going on? Oh, sorry, I did not see. You will say like this, oh, no, I did not see what is going on inside me. So we are engaged with continuously with the mind or whatever is going on inside us, mainly because we are not living the joy of our. And now we are searching for something called joy somewhere in the view. The joy is not in the view. It is in the experiencer. No? If you look at anything joyfully, then joy is everywhere. It is in the experiencer. It is in the seer, in the place from where we are seeing. It is in the very act of seeing. It is in the object or the perception where we are looking. And if the experience, the seer is not joyful, there is no joy anywhere in the view to be found. Because joy was never in the view, it was always in the seer. And then if the joy is in the seer and the seer is living its own joy, do the seer really need to see anything to experience the joy? That's what is closed eyes of the state, eyes is state of the soul, which is what is meditation, samadhi. You're just living the bliss of your being. This is where it becomes bliss actually. It's not joy, it's bliss actually. You're blissfully just here. Like you are giving priority to live the blissfulness of your being over anything else. Trying to fix problems, this and that and whatever. Like you will do that, but priority is given to living that truth of who you are first. Let me live this first. And this is the funny thing. Anybody who gives priority to living the truth of who we are, they have less and less problem to be solved whenever they open their eyes. I give you a very direct example. You can very easily correlate with it. That in the meditation, in the Osho ashram, I used to meditate also. I somehow heard, like, many magical things happened in my life in one sense that I heard things at the right time. So I heard something from Osho that look at yourself inside you. Close your eye, just look at yourself inside you. And just keep looking at it as if you are looking in a water well or something like this, like a darkness. Just keep looking at it. And through that or through some other approaches, what used to happen is that meditation would happen to me, like the being will come into a more silent state of being, pure state of being. Some time will pass, could be sometime 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. And every time I noticed that something happens. After that, when I opened my eyes, that problem which I was trying to solve either is not there as a whole, or that sense that it is a problem is not there anymore. It's just a fact. Like I'm not agitated by it anymore. It used to feel like that. And I learned something very fundamental about it. Like rather than investing my time in trying to solve those problems which agitate me, basically we are trying to solve problem called agitation, not really that problem. If we are not agitated, they are simple facts. I can solve it tomorrow. Like, hey, my umbrella is broken. I have to solve. I have to fix it today. No, but neither it is raining nor it is a rainy season. Why you need to do it today? No, because we are agitated in some way, like got attached to it in some negative way. No? Like our attachment to negative experience or negativity is what is continuously present, and we have to reverse it in some way. Let us attach ourselves to joy. And then it's like so. That's why when you live in the truth of yourself, that agitation connected to the facts of life falls away, replaced by the joy inside you. Not that you are joyful because of them, you are just joyful.
Um, I guess it also applies on this. I will call it the habit of the mind to over worry about things. Even there is an actual problem, but if it gets worse, and what will happen? I guess it is the same mechanism then going on. I mean, it's just the mind worrying, or over going in fear. I think it's the same thing which is working there.
It is same. It is same. I mean, it is same not in you only, in everyone actually it is same. That's why these what are shared here are kind of a common thing. It's not really just for one. It's really for everyone. We just don't believe in the power of the self, power of the soul, power of the joy, continuous joy yet. We believe in the sense of agitation and the sense of the soul, hope mind has created that it can be solved. Like I very flat and simple, I ask everyone of you, have you seen anybody being continuously joyful without turning towards their truth? I have not met anyone, seen anyone, heard anyone about anyone yet, including all the things which we watch on TV or social media or anywhere. Have any one of you seen, met, heard about anyone who is continuously joyful without turning towards themselves? You see? And still we are waiting that no, let me solve my problems of my life first and then I will be joyful. There's no way, there's no other way. And we are still trying to find some other way. There has to be some other way. But if there is another way, somebody at least in history, human history, must have done that. And we are not seeing that no, there's no mention of somebody. There are stories like there was a story of a in the childhood I think we read this is story that there was a king who was sick continuously and not able to become healthy again in the body. Then doctors, all the doctors checked and they could not find any problem. Like basically his problem was something else. Like one wise man, like they called the wise man, and the wise man saw that his problem is actually something else. It's not sickness in the body. He said that if you can wear shirt of a happy man for one night, your problem will be solved. You will be healthy again. Because his problem was depression. Like he was depressed. He was not happy, basically. Then they sent the people to find a happy man. And surprisingly, there was nobody found to be happy in the whole kingdom. Then finally, they found one guy who was just very singing, happily plugging the field and working in his farm. They said, "Hey, we have come from the king, and we are ready to give you any money, and just give your shirt for one night because king has to wear it based on some advice of them." He said, "No, I don't need money. I could have given you my shirt, but sorry, I don't have a shirt. I'm poor man. I don't have a shirt." Like, do you see the point? Those who choose to be happy don't need to put any conditions about anything. Whether my energies are like this or like that, my space is like this or like that. And those who are doing it may continue doing it for a long time, really. Every one of you, I want to tell you, in case you did not take the hint, you can experience ultimate happiness, joy, bliss right now. Because it is present right now. You just have to let go of the conditions. You know, conditions, Because I'm not just teaching anything, I'm not teaching anything to anyone. I'm just sharing some truth while living it also. It may kind of inspire you. Like I'm hoping, I'm much more hopeful about my sharing being contagious than being understood. You see? Like if you can feel the joy of my being when I'm talking about the joy of the being. That's my point. That may be much more convincing to you, actually, when you are interested in truth, than my arguments against, suffering or sufferer or anything else. You see what I mean? Because if you cannot feel the joy of the being right now, all our discussions are really useless. We are just wasting time, isn't it? We are talking about some philosophical thing somewhere, someday, in some future. We don't need that. Truth is here, joy is here, being is here. Every one of us is the being. What are you waiting for? You know. So if any one of you is feeling not joyful, not fully, there could be 2, 3 possibilities. Just joyfully saying that I'm not feeling joyful at all. Like totally grumpy day. Or feeling joyful, but not so much as to call it bliss or joy of the being. No. Or feeling very blissful, very joyful, but still as if the sense of individual is still there and I don't want to remain separate from the being, from the Lord. And I say to you, this is the power and the grace of my Guru here, that all of these states can be taken care of if you just remain here right now. Plug to this satsang right now. Connect to this satsang right now. Don't remain aloof in your thinking, in your trying to understand, trying to solve something. No, live this what is being lived right now and see the power of it. Yeah. So it's good, no? It's very, very good. Thank you. We really don't have to learn as much as we need to unlearn things that we have learned too much. You know? Like a student knows that I know many things. A disciple knows that I don't know anything. Like this. Because ultimately there are two type of people in this world, no? The one who believe that there are two type of people and the one who don't believe other one. Which one you are? So this is what is mind. Mind. You keep playing, you keep dividing. The whole world will get divided into so many things. Or don't do anything. Don't divide. We don't die when we don't divide. We don't die, we don't disappear. We are much more present when we are not doing anything. Don't try to go into the state called not doing anything or meditation or something. That's not true thing. Learn actually how not to do anything while remaining here. Let us learn what is the way of being, how to remain as the being here. This is what I teach actually, by the way. Meaning teach by living, not by talking so much. Meaning right now I am doing that also, in case you did not notice. So don't wait. Immediately plug in. Immediately plug in right now. And immediately you will feel that blessedness. Like blessedness coming back. Like you will feel that blessedness coming back, or you are coming back to that blessedness right now. Maybe your body mind will still continue reporting the old experiences and memory of unhappiness or something, but you are returning home. You are returning to the blessed. this blessedness feels so powerful, so amazingly beautiful, you know, that one feels that I'm ready to die many, many times, thousands of times for it. This blessedness is the beginning of the truth of the soul. This blessedness is stepping into the soul of life, to the light of the Lord, to the temple, no, which is the soul. Every soul is a temple of the Lord. Every soul is a temple of the Lord. Remaining in the silence of the soul is remaining in this temple where we meet God. No? Not doing anything is to remain in that temple of, of the soul, in this empty, silent, blissful temple of the soul, where we are going to meet the source of life. So there is no end to this blessedness. It just begins, no? And just keep increasing like this. Thank you. Very, very nice. Uma, you want to say?
Yes, again I raised hand because I want to talk. I saw some video shorts on YouTube, shorts of your videos, and these shorts are very helpful because sometimes I don't get time to see full video, and these shorts are perfect, like very uh, like perfect, not like it is not a, a a complete. It is complete sharing in 1 minute, and it is helping me so much because I wait for next shot every time.
Ah, thank you. It's very inspiring for me.
And one shot I saw that in that you were sharing that this being being is like a water. Uh, it in uh, what in which it fills, it takes shape of that, like in the body it becomes ability to function, and it like this it in the mind ability to think, and in the heart ability to live. So please share something more about it. I want to listen and I want to live it with you.
Huh. As I'm going to share, it is more like living together this truth, not really explaining things for the conceptual purpose or for the mind. When we are living in the body right now, we are the soul living in the body, meaning filling, filled in this shape of the body. No? Yeah, we are filled in this shape of the body. And if we become, let's say, less conscious about our nature, which is like water, then by default we will take the shape of the body to be our shape. This is where what we call identification happened. What to do to break the identification? Just be more present exactly where you are, the way you are. And if trying to be present doesn't work, focus on the breath. Like three breath. I gave three breath. One breath live the breath. Second breath, live the breath and live yourself also. Third breath, live yourself only. And the identification is broken right now. You will not have that belief that I am the body. I am, breath is, body is. In three breath, identification is broken. But do not overdo anything, because we have the habit of overdoing because of maybe fear or something. Do not overdo something, or don't be caught up in the fear also, because what will happen is that when you will walk, let's say, in the body, you will feel this feeling that I am the body. It is part of functioning. It needs to be done like this in order for you to walk happily and nourish and function well in the body. But just keep your eyes open towards yourself also during this time. Same breathing will help you. Same three breath will help you here also. Live this time, live the second breath. Live the second breath this time. Like every breath, live body and live yourself also. Like half of your focus on yourself, half of your focus outwardly in the body. Like, which will give you the impression that I am the body. And focus on yourself will give you the clarity that I am not. Which will going to cancel the feeling, while the functioning of the body will continue in a very perfect way. So the soul will happily live yourself and function well, live, play, play the role in this divine play of life. The soul is not literally like water. So don't believe that when you are not believing that you are the body, that you are more like water in the body. Don't believe that, please. No. It was just a way of saying, no? If you feel like this, it is more like you are like a space, like a sky, no? You turn into water when you connect to the body, no? Just don't forget that you are the sky and now water. Water means energy flow. The sky means the source from where the inspiration and the energy flow comes. In that way, you can look also. Because otherwise, we will feel like, oh, yeah, I'm actually like water. Not like that. Yeah.
Yes.
When you think about something, kind of difficult attempt, let's try. When you are thinking about something, are you also not taking some shape there that time? Can you think about anything without being a certain type of thinker? Can you think about anything? Anybody can try to think about something without being a certain type of thinker? Like thinking will require a certain perspective, certain point of view, isn't it? How can you think without having any point of view? No? You see? So in thinking, we take the shape of the thinker first, which opens certain doors or closes certain doors, like imposes certain limitation on thinking. Like when you are experiencing anything, are you experiencing as the being? Anything. Let's say you experience your hand, you experience your own hand. Are you experiencing as the being? If you are experiencing as the being, what are you experiencing? The experience that you are having is of what? Then you will say, I am experiencing the being. Not only I am the being who is experiencing it, I am also what I am experiencing is also the being. There's no way you can say that what I'm experiencing is also not the being. To feel that I'm experiencing something other than myself, you need to again take a shape. You need to again lose your formlessness, forget in a way your formlessness, or adopt, accept, or assume in some way that I am a form of experiencer experiencing my hand. It may sound very innocent mistake to forget ourselves when we are experiencing, but it leads us to actually suffering sometime, no? At some point, because it is not the soul suffers, it is the soul believing that I am somebody that suffering happens. Because the soul, as we are talking, the soul is joy itself. How joy can suffer? Soul is bliss itself. How bliss can suffer? Like this. Do you feel that we are good now?
Yes, very good. Very, very clear how I take shape of experiencer,
Yeah.
thinker.
So very, very good. Thank you. Thank you. I feel these things are very simple, isn't it?
My question is very simple in the sense that uh, we are here on the last satsang of this year, and at the same time, since last 2 days, I think we have been talking about infinite, something that is eternal, something that is infinite. And yesterday, there was this very good talk where you mentioned that spelling creates a spell. Spelling creates a spell.
Spell, yeah. I
And
think Bruce Lee said like this.
okay, for me, you said it. So that was very eye opening for me. Like, I'm a teacher, I teach spellings. I'm and I in that spelling I I just felt like I slept with that, so maybe it's still there in me. I just felt that these spellings, they create a hypnosis. I could feel the duality, the dual world. That a hypnosis of the shapes, like just now Uma was also talking about the shape, me taking the shape. But all this, I could actually feel the hypnosis of the world, the sansar. And because of that, who I am also became clear. Actually clear. Like, I was like, oh, that means there has to be something which is unknown. Right now everything is known, but there is something which is unknown in me. And but problem is with me that I don't get bored. I don't feel that boredom. So that quest for the unknown sometimes is there, sometimes is not there. And I know my life is like a, you can say, uh, an unfinished episodes of a web series. This whole life I feel it's an unfinished episode. Something which is not there, taking over next day, again not there, taking over next day. But that boredom is not coming. Like, boredom of an episode is coming, but boredom of that something new, to know myself, that quest is still not there.
What do you mean by still not there? Because please understand, I don't believe things. So it looks like there's a belief playing here,
Okay.
like a belief that there has to be a quest in me, and which is still not there. Why you believe that there has to be a quest? Why you don't take things to be perfect or complete as they are right now? This is my question to you. I'm just asking. There must be some reason, but please tell me. What is the reason?
Because I feel, uh, firstly, I wake up fresh, but then memories are there. And those memories create unfinished transactions. which I feel I have to complete today. And then my life is on, and I'm whatever I have in those 24 hours, whatever is my capacity, I try to complete that. And then I sleep peacefully. Within 2 minutes, I'm asleep also. But then, because I hear so many talks of some, and I read books also, but I always feel that why don't I get bored? Why am I not feeling that quest that I want to know myself, or I don't have any suffering in my life and I also have to suffer to know myself? Why all these things are, I mean, I don't find all these things in me. So I
It's
just
fine.
thought,
No? Like, I'm just trying to figure out why you are talking about these things as if they are a problem.
because I see everybody talking and I feel that I am the odd one out.
But everybody doesn't, it doesn't mean that everybody has to be like same, no? We are all very individual. Please understand, the Lord, the source of life, has given such a dignity to us, like such a, this is such a blessedness that we all are going to flow differently, even if similar but not same, no? The timing will be different. No? So I don't think that we need to compare like this. If my sharing is able to create doubt in you, it is not something bad. But it should not work against your right way in which you are already. If my sharing is doing that, it means you are not really clear about your own way, that what is my right way or not. Because I'm not trying to tell any one of you that go away somewhere, do something else. No, I'm just trying to create that environment where we can question, where we can be more aware of what we are doing really and why. Why we are feeling that there is suffering in my life while this man is saying that, joy is continuous, joy is possible. You see? So I would like to not believe anything about anything when we are talking, me and you. You also try not to believe anything. Just directly talk, like, okay, this is how it feels like. I can very clearly tell you that whether it is right for me or not. No? It's like,
uh, can you talk something about the infinite? Because that is something which is still with me. And I really have little quest, not so much, but I feel that quest of knowing the unknown. Because I felt that hypnosis. I have felt since 2 days. I'm feeling people around me, but not around me. Everything is there. These objects are there, but they are not there. That feeling is there. That I can't see it's a feeling, but there is something that I saw, and these things have become shadows suddenly. That I hope you understood,
I do.
because it's very difficult for me to say that what I felt.
Yeah, I do understand.
So that infinite, something that is infinite, which is there, I want to know on that.
I will start with simple steps, simple sharings, and let's see how it unfolds. Anything that is seen, no, the 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 the, the seen is always finite, even if it appears to be vast and beyond our capacity of measurement. No? But the seer is infinite. You may have experienced something which may be counted as finite, but actually there is no experience which can qualify for being infinite. But the experiencer is infinite. So you must have experienced yourself. Because that infiniteness is only felt in our own soul, in our own being. And there is no comparison required for it in one sense. You are just somehow able to sense that infiniteness that is felt, actual infiniteness that is felt is not really um, dependent on our measurement of the mind that, okay, this is finite, this is beyond finite, this is, so and so. No, directly, just directly. Like when we experience our soul and we know that I'm not going to die, like I'm not going to really die. No, when we know our soul and we know this truth that I'm not going to die, are we sure about it? Yes, actually we are. But have we tested it? We have not, no. So there is no comparison, there is no testing, and yet we are certain about it. Truth is known in the certainty in this way, in the heart and the soul, without any comparison. Like in this case, comparison of finite and infinite. So that glimpse of truth, of infiniteness must have come from your own being. Like the more stable or still seer we are, the more somehow we can see the finiteness of the seen and infiniteness of the seer. The more still experiencer we are, the more we can see the limitedness of the experienced and the infiniteness or unlimitedness of the experiencer. It's just about being still while experiencing or seeing. That infiniteness of our being is ready to open up in our consciousness and to give us the taste. It's just ready to open immediately. So you are the infiniteness, experiencing finiteness of everything. If you want to experience infiniteness, you need to experience yourself while experiencing everything else. So when you, the experiencer, is capable of experiencing yourself while experiencing the finiteness, then you do experience infiniteness. Because if you just want to know that I'm infinite is one thing, but if you want to experience the infiniteness, then it is another thing, which requires the very model of experiencing. There you need to experience the finiteness while experiencing yourself. You see, it's a very kind of fragile state here. It's not that easy that, okay, I can do whenever I want to. But actually you can. Through meditation, fundamental spiritual practices, we come to this ability that you are kind of normally experiencing, and then suddenly you turn towards yourself also. Just remain rooted, like part of your consciousness remains rooted in yourself. It is like the sky experiencing the objects in the sky. It's like while remembering that I'm the sky. Like I feel it's a very beautiful thing. Thank you, thank you. I always feel that these small things which you are talking about are the actual real things of life. But normally we are living in a world which is dominated by concepts, personal point of discussions and beliefs. There, these small things look too small, like too ordinary. Oh, what is the big deal? This is neither awakening nor enlightenment nor anything else. See, like yeah, so it's good. Thank you, thank you. Meera, you want to say something? Namaste.
Namaste. Can you hear me?
I can.
Ah, it's nice to see you.
Same here.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, I'm just I feel so blessed, like just listening to you, like a clear mirror, just reflecting. It's what a blessing.
Thank you.
And I want to bring something. I noticed before the last retreat, there was a lot about observation of thinking and the habits of thinking and the thinker. And after the retreat, I realized that the mind comes through the nerve system, and especially through the reflection of other nerve systems. almost like the identification gets confirmed through connecting outside. And yeah, I don't know, I want to bring this because it's always the same thing. It's being identified with something like with two-ness, like you and me, or this thought and the observer, or I feel a reaction or something energetically, and then something inside is going out to this. And I just wrote down a few words because it's helpful for me to discern, like it's a different sense of being when there is a purity of being, a purity of light and the space, then kind of like a hard feeling, which they're kind of close, but it feels I'm going out of that purity into something where there is some sense of separation, I would say. So maybe you can talk a bit about.
Yes, yes. I would like to define it like this. So just a quick basic first. What we are calling the person state, false self state, or person state, actually is not a individual thing. It is much more a collective thing. Like collectively we are living as like fueling. Collectively we are maintaining some energy which is fueling being a person at the individual level. But that can never be independent. Like we cannot have any personal point of view or knowledge which is totally limited to you. It always refers to some other person, some other, like this. Like our language, our concepts, every word refers to other word, like this. So we have a collective pool of energy of personal nature, and kind of in a way deeper than that possibility is that collective consciousness, like conscious, which is not personal, like more impersonal presence. Who we are will be defined maybe more clearly as we dive deep in the truth of who we are, but we are definitely something like an individual. And this individual has a choice now to plug into the collective personal energy or to the collective impersonal. When I say do heart breathing, this time you are unplugging yourself from the collective personhood into the collective pure consciousness. However, it doesn't feel that it is collective. It feels like my own soul, which it is actually, by the way, also. So it's also not false. Like it feels much more intimate to be ourselves than when we are kind of, when we have taken a shape of a person, in that energy when interacting with others and or thinking in a way or feeling, no? So the job here is to remain connected to the heart. What I call continuous joy basically is not only joy, but also the truth of who we are. Remaining connected to the heart, like this, remaining connected to the source of life and its plan which is manifesting intuitively. Intuitively it is manifesting inside us in the form of a longing, like a guiding happening from inside. So this is the thing that we have to do, that remain connected to the heart, remain connected to the truth, remain connected to the source, like remain connected to the script writer, director, no? So that you play the role well, no? Which is given. But there will be this thing called collective personal life also. Everywhere, it's like everywhere. No, everyone we are touching, everyone we are meeting, chances are that they are going to be like this. It may sound a little bit strange, but let me try to say that every person also has that pure consciousness behind it. That's why great beings are able to see the presence of Lord in everyone. No? But we can at least see that pure consciousness in everyone. So there is a possibility that we can directly connect to that pure consciousness from our pure consciousness while doing the practical life, daily life activity. No? By bypassing the personal interaction or personal nature energy which has personal, which is of personal nature, like in that soul, personal response will come, like some response of personal nature will come, and just ignoring that. Like up to some degree we all do it anyway, because we don't want to be too personal. Like when something becomes too personal, even when we are just talking as a person, we try to avoid it. Like it's kind of becoming too personal, like it's too ugly or something too sticky. You, the soul man, living in the purity of your being, you can do that much more early. The same thing. So like just sticking, remaining focused and rooted in yourself, and kind of focusing on the activity. Like more focusing on the doings, like purity of doing. Like keeping our focus on the subject, not on the ones who are talking to each other. Like being more involved in the doing and less with the identity of the doing or doer. That time can help a lot here. Because in one way or the other, we are fueling it in some way. Or at least we are inviting the other person, no? Like this. Like without any intention, two people can be very easily personal about something. But with the conviction, with the stability, stillness of our being, we may bypass that. I feel like this.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Like one last thing I want to add here is that the day we are able to let go of the person which lives inside us, which looks similar to us, which we oftentimes take ourselves to be, when we are able to let go of this person, slowly the person disappears from the whole life. The person somehow disappears from the whole life. Like there are different approaches or ways to connect to the life. Person is one way of connecting to life. Living as the soul is another. You see what I mean? So as if we need to learn to live as the soul, and before that we need to discover that I am a soul. And I feel it is totally worth really. Living in the matrix of being a person has its own advantages, of course. It's just one problem that nobody can be happy continuously. Like there is no continuous joy possible here. Everything depends on everything else. Like this. Here it is possible to directly experience the joy. This collective consciousness, beyond the collective personal pool of energy, this consciousness, its nature is joy. Like naturally it is joyful all the time. So thank you. I think it's good. Thank
Yeah, it's very beautiful. Thank you, beloved. There's almost like everything you say, I feel it's like there's a total resonance, and I can see that. And then there seemed to be something happening when, I don't know, like if you, let's just say, like you meet everyone as that soul, and it's kind of an impersonal meeting or connection, and it's very light, nothing is sticking, and there's no issue or anything. And then sometimes, like at least the experience right now I had is that something is so seen that it kind of creates a bit of an awkwardness, maybe. And the way how I handled it, let's say like this, as you said, I just stay with myself more and create a bit of a distance, maybe not distance, but honoring this more, and that it becomes still, and it cleans out something. But it keeps on, like it becomes quiet, but it keeps on coming back again. I can feel, and it's like I can see it just in the meeting, because when there's something in between, you can see that the eyes are not, they try to go away, or maybe are a bit, something is there. And the only thing kind of I know as a tool is to actually just approach it, to, express it. There was not the possibility in the framework we had for a while, so that is the only thing I feel what is left to do, kind of, just to approach the elephant in the room or something.
Yes, yes. It is true, but I can understand this, what you're saying. I understand. So we were like very fixed in a way and fluent in a way in personal interaction, and it was like all nicely, happening like this. And then now we kind of withdrawing ourselves from that state, and then, uh, I would say just one step backward, inward more is necessary. I would say like just one step inward necessary now, where you come to the joy of your being. It's very important to understand this continuous joy thing, because without this continuous joy, this awkwardness will not go away, because still we are trying to remain in some way. No, don't try to remain in any way. Just joyfully living the truth of who you are, and actions will more flow fluently than before. And that awkwardness is never felt actually now. That appropriateness happens very nicely. Like when we are absent from our life as a person, we are able to perform quite better actually. It is noticed at some point. The same actions that we were doing as a person, we are able to do better. Like one basic thing that was noticed by beings who wake up is that as a person, we are continuously feeling that something is going wrong. Something has gone wrong, something is going wrong, or something is going to go wrong. And we are living under this threat continuously. And our actions are coming under this threat continuously. And that is not felt when you are living in the joy of it. You feel everything is all right. कई दिनों से शिकायत नहीं जमाने से. There is no complaint from the life for many days. Everything is in the right place. This is how it feels to us. When everything is in the right place, when it feels like this, we are really much more loving, kind, compassionate, and kind of appropriate in the actions. Not aggressive, not invading, not attacking anything. No, more allowing. And then it's a magic really. So I feel that just say a little one step deeper than this.
I love you so much.
Thank you. Love you too. Quite a beautiful and unexpected response to my sharing. Thank you. Love you. I understand that. It's nice.
I'm with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's nice.
Ji, I want to say report something. It is that when I am alone, everything looks fine. Like
When I
am alone, that time that I am doing fine. But here in direct light of you, I am seeing so much unconsciousness is there in me. So, and I want to come out of this totally.
There are different ways to come out of it, in the sense that when we are in satsang here, this what is opposite of this unconsciousness, the light of truth is here. No? Always to try to connect to this light of truth, like find a way to live this light of truth. No? So by default, we have attachment to our way, our state, no? Which you are finding to be unconscious. And you need to kind of keep yourself in a little bit of a sweet stress in satsang. You cannot really go in complete relaxation here, no? You need to keep yourself a little bit in sweet stress, that which I think you are doing already. Just do it a little bit more refinement of it. That, like, if you, for example, if you don't have a particular question, for example, right now, if you don't have a particular confusion right now, if you don't have a particular challenge right now, you can just simply continue listening in satsang, which is like listening some talk about light of truth, living the light of truth, and then remaining as the light of truth and being the light of truth. And it will happen in such a sweet and subtle way that no fight is invited here internally, like, oh my God, I'm feeling so sleepy or something. No, no, no. All of that is bypassed somehow. Like something in you is just not moving. When you are able to connect to the sharing, through the flow of the sharing of here, something just becomes still in you. Things go, things come, energies flow, unconscious, conscious. So this can be done, for example. Or what you are doing also can be done. You just stop. This can be done also.
Thank you so much, Ji.
So it's good, good. One somehow thing, like a song, like a, like a joy in my heart coming, and I want to share with you that what we are trying to solve here in satsang is not a problem for the real one who is trying to solve it or who is going to solve it. It's not a problem for it. It is a divine play. It is a matter of joy for this one. And if there is a problem, if you are finding a problem here in satsang, try to question who I am, who is finding it a problem. And this one who is finding it a problem will not be found, will just simply disappear. No? And then the sense that there is a problem will also not be here. So basically the soul that we are is continuously attending something called there is a problem and I have to solve it. There is no need for that. Life is not a problem. In satsang we don't have problems. We are not really trying to solve problems also, because there is no such thing as problem. There is just waking up more, opening our eyes more, like as if there is a certain speed a soul has to come to. Like we are moving too slow, and then as soon as you come to that right speed, we kind of plug into the mothership, like to the speed of God. Then everything is all right, going to be all right forever now. Right. So this much effort everybody does, but for a joyful reason. Not that there is a problem. Oh my God, I am like so. No, not like this really. So thank you. Asta, you want to say something?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
When I raised my question, I didn't have any question. And I want to share that earlier, when I used to raise my hand, I used to be very scared. Oh, will I ask the right question? Am I going to say it right? Then I slowly got better. And when I would see people just raising question and saying, I want to connect with you, I would say, how are they doing that? How is it possible to do that? So when I raised my question, my hand, I was like, I didn't have any question. But during the satsang, I definitely want to thank you. From when the satsang started, and I was in so much of thoughts, to where I'm now, because during the satsang you mentioned it's all about coming back to the heart. I could feel all, things that I was trying to solve all disappeared. I can, thanks to you, Rajee, I can just so feel that continuous joy right now, and it is just there. And I know it has happened because you were there. And something you said about just, being in the heart. I just started just breathing and being in the heart and listening to you. And it's just so magical. So it's such a magic that happened right now. Um all the solvings just disappeared. I don't know where they are. I don't even want to try finding that out. But thank you so much, Rajee. It's just, I'm feeling that continuous joy with you, thanks to your grace. Thank you so much.
It's very, very nice. Yeah, this continuous joy thing is also necessary that we need to do consciously. It is not really that we need to convince ourselves that I have continuous joy. No, if you don't believe anything at all, we are going to experience joy. But because we are believing continuously, like we are not believing randomly. We are caught up in a circle where we are continuously believing, moving from one belief to another. So what happens is that even when we believe that I am a person and this is the reason that I am unhappy, and then we are said that no, you are the being, you are the soul. We actually believe that I am a soul rather than discovering, or rather than not believing that I am a person. You are supposed to not believe that you are not a person, that you are a person. No? Not that you have to believe that you are a soul. No. That's why I am saying rather than believing or feeling that I am a soul, live the truth of yourself. Live the joy of your being continuously. And that is going to undo that believing way of believing. No? So we are identified or caught up in the way of believing. We need to be free from that. So you don't have to even believe that I am a soul. You don't have to believe that there is a joy. But then there is a joy. There is the thing, So this is what is freedom from mind. Mind basically means believing. Believing is mind. So feel your body, feel your breath. And you are out of mind. It is true. We can be out of mind just by doing this hard breathing. But we will not be sometimes. Some of us will not be because our believing state or of mind is not letting us believe that this is effective. You know. No, I don't think. I have done many breathing exercises, spiritual, non-spiritual, both. I don't think it's going to work. Then it will not work for you. So you are believing that it will not work for you. You are not trying. I am not saying that you believe that it will. I am saying try and see whether it will work or not. But when you try wholeheartedly. No, that time don't already feel I don't think it's going to work. Let me just try. No, really wholeheartedly try and then see. And I know it is 100% guaranteed that it is going to work. So, Asta, the joy doesn't have to come from somewhere. It is everywhere inside you. You have to come back to yourself to feel the joy. No? And the methods for coming back to yourself are there. Those practices are there. No? Practice means being in the present is the method. And the approach is here, in this case, practice is here to focus on the breath, every incoming breath. No? We are coming into the present, meaning we are coming out of something. What is that something? That something is the believing of mind. Like we live in one belief to another, to another, to another. That's what is thinking continuously. But I'm very happy that you are out of it and living the truth right now. Even for right now, it's a very powerful thing. It's very, very nice. Thank you. God bless you. Mila asked a question, but now she's leaving. But I still feel like answering the question. Because it looks like a beautiful, beautiful question. Mila, your question is: I would like to ask the question: how to flow with the flow of life. I feel it is important to flow the flow, meaning flow with the flow, but not fight with it. Mostly, I feel I am fighting because I want to achieve something. Thank you. Yes. What we are trying to achieve, even let's say there can be two things for us, the seekers of truth. One that we are trying to achieve in the practical life, one that we are trying to achieve in the spiritual life. No? What we are trying to achieve, from where that inspiration came, and how correct our understanding is about it, that can be improved. We can improve upon it. No? Let's say we say in the spiritual context that I want to attain, I want to achieve awakening. No? Do we know what is awakening? Are we clear about it? And are we clear that why I need awakening? Why I want awakening? No. Are we clear about it? This is where we can improve. I don't mean that we should not desire or try to achieve awakening. I don't mean that. Because if we are not clear about what is awakening and why we are desiring awakening, then the method to achieve awakening will kind of not, we will not be able to fit or flow with it well. We are going to fight with it, because of misunderstanding that what it takes to achieve awakening, we will not do that, and we will continue doing that what will not let us achieve awakening in the spiritual context. In the similar way, in the life, you are saying life now. Life means whole of it. So let me try that. In this whole of life, in the flow of life, if you are trying to achieve something, you really need to be very, very clear about what you are trying to achieve and why. From where you are trying to achieve that. Like, who are you who is trying to achieve something? No? Because if you are clear about it, what you are trying to achieve, then the very life flow is the method life is using to achieve it. No, like you are trying to, let's say, go from one place to another using a sailing boat. No, and that sailing boat uses the power of wind, no, and the power of river, no, both. And today the river is too wavy, like there is too much movement in the river. No, then it is not a good day. No? Then you will know that it's not a good day. Let me kind of don't do this thing today. Or if the wind is not going in that direction where you want to go, also, isn't it? So it's very important to be clear. So because of not being clear about what we want, what we are trying to achieve in life, we are fighting with those things which are going to help us in achieving it, while we are trying to remain attached to that fixed way of doing things, personal way of doing things, which does not let us achieve that also. So life flow we may think is kind of against us or against anything. It is not at all. Life flow is a magical thing, really. The flow of life is a magical thing. It's not for anyone. It is not against anyone. It is what you take it to be. It is going to become what you take it to be. Life is not happening through actions so much. It is happening much more through intentions. Be clear about your intention, like really clear. In the clarity, personal intentions don't survive. Only impersonal longings do survive. No? So this is what all I could say, Mila. Thank you. Deepa, you want to say something? No.
Thank you for this session today. My question is in similar lines to what Mila asked and even what Madhiji asked about the unknown. So the unknown is really an unknown. And second thing, do I really need to be bothered about the unknown? Because as per my experience, all I need to do is just be present rather than, thinking about what the unknown feels like. So, is it the right approach? And can you just talk about the unknown?
I believe that you are talking about truth of unknown. No? So I would like to say like this: the truth of unknown requires the same method to be known as the truth of who you are, or truth of anything else. You see? So we may think that truth of this thing I know and truth of this thing I don't. This is that model of an individual knower in which there are things which are known, there are things which are unknown. No. But there is another model of knowing in which we don't know things, we are knowing them. This is that model or way of soul. We are knowing. In this knowing, things are just being known more, which are not really felt like attainment or achievement. By knowing more life, nobody becomes proud or arrogant. No? But also by sensing that how much more I don't know, how much more I don't know, one doesn't feel scared of it or troubled by it or doesn't feel that losing joy or anything. So the very model of the soul, the very model of living the truth, no, is where we experience joy, known or unknown, doesn't matter. No? Because this known basically is a reference point connected to the knower. No, knower being the container of it. That how much I contain. No, is it not like this? Knowing happens when you let go of the container. Meaning, let there be a container maintained by the universe, by the source of life. That container is called the soul, by the way. The soul is not being maintained by you. The soul. It is being maintained by the Supreme Soul. That's why there is a freedom. There is a freedom in the soul. That soul doesn't need to really maintain itself. I am. Am I or not? No. The soul doesn't need to maintain its ability to know the truth also. Just soul should not maintain an identity about itself, the false self. Soul should not maintain a belief about knowing also, that how to know, what to know, like this. Don't like live in the pure way of knowing of the soul. No? Do you feel that you can connect to this, and am I able to share what? No.
Yes, you pointed it right on point that it's an amalgamation in a way that, you know the situations, but you are discovering the truth about the situations, which was unknown prior, and now you are coming to it that yes, this is the truth. Because the situations remain the same, the loops remain the same.
Yes,
The unfolding changes, right?
yes. In a way, you can say it's like this: that living the truth brings joy. And living the truth brings joy, excitement in our life back, like life is back, like this. And in this living the truth, we will feel, I don't know, And generally speaking, the more we know the truth, the more we feel, I don't know. But the more we are excited and alive and joyful also. No? And the more we are thirsty of knowing also. No? It's a very internal thing, where you are not showing off to anybody, trying to maintain knowledge or something. You see my point? Like the closest individual level experience or expression that comes to it is deeply experiencing something. For experiencing, not for knowing, not for registering, not for recording anywhere. No? Like not recording, only experiencing. In our mind, we are recording much more through our mind. When we are experiencing anything, we are recording much more than actually experiencing. Like in this moment also, when we are here, are you recording or are you living? Mostly we are recording. Okay. No, but if you are recording what is being shared in these meetings, in the verbal, no, in the form of talking, that is being recorded anyway, no. So why to do the double work unnecessarily? Why we have a chance to live the truth right now? You see what I mean? So this is that model. We are trying to record everything. Tomorrow I'm going to live tomorrow. This model of I'm going to live tomorrow is the other model. I'm living it right now is this model of living the truth. Maybe you don't know anything, but let us live the truth that I don't know anything. You see the point? And there is such a joy, such a stability here, such a integrity and composure here. And you know, no, I don't know really. Like you are so stable, so like unshaken, We are continuously shaky. You know what I mean? Let us allow ourselves to hit the ground of reality, Feels so nice, really. Feels so nice to hit the ground of reality. Where is that? It's just you here right now. All that believed in knowledge start falling away like dead leaves. They were never there. There was no life in them anyway. But truth remains. Soul that you are remains. Body remains. Breath remains. Capacity to know life remains. Capacity to live life remains. The flow of life remains. No? The memory remains of the individual and which we use to in the practical life. I think it's good, no? Say more if you feel.
Yes, it's like, you can't even articulate things, even if you want to, because the other person wouldn't understand. So you just, okay, it's like this. It, like you said, that it's so on individual level rather than, it's an internal knowing rather than, the situations. Situations are just playing the part.
Breaking?
Situations are just playing the part.
Playing the part, yeah.
Yes.
See, I can just use few words. Maybe it will help you in saying what you are trying to say. Like there's truth, truth, which is in a way one thing, appearing as many things. Truth is one thing, appearing as many things. It's like this. And which we are talking right now, which we are living right now, maybe too much for the ego state, no? For some. Then there is another thing called point of view. That is from the individual level. Each individual level has a point of view also, which is based on the conditioning, no? Conditioning and the level of self-knowing, self-awareness, no? Level of being present here, settled here, relaxed here. No? So that point of view is declaring that what is the situation right now of anything. No? There is no actual thing called situation. No? In the similar way, there is no actual thing called world out there. There is life, not world. Life being that one thing appearing as many things. The best I found the way to remain very stable while experiencing and knowing the deepest truth of life is to keep our focus in our heart, in our being. Because if we let this open up into the mind, it will become like such a big balloon that we will feel quite troubled for maybe a long time. Keeping things simple, keeping things focused, like very concrete always. Not giving these things to the mind. So I think your approach is very good. Thank you.
Thank you. I will. It's like, all these spiritual concepts are also breaking in a way which I used to have. Like the spiritual ego. I have learned a lot, and you were talking about unlearning. So it's all unfolding on its own pace. Just the presence is required. And I also felt like that, we give too much preference to being busy, keeping our mind so busy that we don't acknowledge the fact of just simply sitting with yourself and just being yourself.
Oh, it's so magical, no? What you're saying is such magical. No?
Yeah. It's so like the world is heading towards, you have to earn more, you have to do this, you have to do that. That's how you create your image in the society. But what is society? It's a system created by people, just a system. So, I mean, we are here to not break the system entirely, but the system within. That this is a system.
Yes,
So, yeah.
I would stick to this first thing that you said. Most beautiful. Just sitting by your side.
Yes. That's the only thing you need, because life is happening on its own. The moment you just put yourself out there in terms of that you have to do something, you just become the part of the illusion itself.
Yes, that's the point. Very correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So basically, we are living in the illusion of who we are and then seeing the reality through those eyes. Then obviously everything is illusion. And it's like this. As soon as we become free from the illusion of who we are into the reality, then we see the reality through the eyes of our reality. And obviously it kind of takes a little bit of a time. Like, as you said, that being free from the ego, spiritual ego and all that. Yes, it is true. We all get into those kind of things. Many times not really intentionally, or just we don't know any better way than this, than how it happens. And then when we have thirst for truth, we keep upgrading. No? Like there are some people on the beach, even nowadays, who are so deeply living the beach and the ocean, the sky and the wind and everything. And there are so many other people who are talking about the greatness and the beauty of this beach while on the beach. Yeah? You see, this is the point. This beauty, this truth is always here. You just we are going to take side, one of the two. Talking about it or living it. Thank you. I think it's very good. Samya, you want to say something?
Thank you, Rajee. Is
Namaste.
my voice clear? Namaste.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, please let me know if it is not good. So I have a question, and maybe I can start like this because I cannot catch your words so much today in Satsang. You were talking about joy, and my question is that the joy that you are talking about, maybe you explained that before, but as I thought I couldn't catch. The joy that you are talking about, is it like inward state, or is it also something which can be lived and can be expressed through many things in life, in world?
I think I missed one word, and that's why what you're saying is kind of not completely making sense to me. So can you please say again?
So the joy that you are talking about, is it just like inward state? Of course it is, but you are also talking about the face of it, like the part of it, which also can be lived in the world through relationship, through expression, which can be also lived in the world.
It is both actually, but it begins by living internally first, not by living in the relation generally. Life happens very magically differently for different people. So there cannot be anything like a fix that it's just always going to be like this. So there are always exceptions. But generally speaking, why we are not experiencing joy? Try to understand. Because we are not living the truth of who we are. That's why. So whatever helps us in living the truth of who we are is going to help us in living and discovering and living the joy first. And once that is discovered, our job is to continue living it for some time. Not to do anything else that time. Anything else being trying to express it in a relation, trying to express it in any other way. Because that is going to take us back to that model in which we were not experiencing the truth of our being and joy of our being. Then we may feel that, oh yeah, I'm succeeding a little bit. No, we are not. It's more that you more have chosen the truth of who you are and living the joy of your being. And at some point there is a sufficient settlement here, establishment here, that actions and activities flow from here. But without breaking, without breaking out of, like not going out of, without going out of the joy. We can use the analogy of speaking. Like when you are speaking calmly, calm, joyfully, talking. And then sometime we get into an argument or something, we are too much speaking outwardly, like we are too much outwardly in a way. We got disconnected from our integrity or composure. And we are returning slowly to our original way of talking, let's say. This original way of talking or original way of expressing is the same. Without disconnecting from our composure in the first example, or in our example now, without disconnecting from our being or joy, talking, doing something, expressing. Here the focus is that my alertness will remain, will keep me connected. You see my point? Okay. So this is my answer.
Yeah, I see and understand that. So I don't know. I don't know what to say now.
It's fine. Enjoy. Like.
Yes, yes. Maybe I can bring this to you because recently I'm facing with this a lot. I don't know if I'm joyful or not, but I still don't know maybe what joy is, what you're talking about, because joy for me maybe so much it was mean for me so much like outer expression, but not just outer, which comes from inward and express itself also in world. And what I see in myself, in my life, is that even though there is happiness or whatever it is here, like I cannot, maybe there is not so much way for me to express this. Also, I press it because I don't want to expose myself so much to outward, like to people, because I don't know. I don't want to take their intention on me. I don't know how to express that. Like, I want to protect myself. Yeah, this is the thing. So that's why I still keep it so much within me. But recently something doesn't like so much to that pressure, as if like the doors has to be open. I don't know what to say more. But just, yeah, I was just so much in protection mode, but now it's just suppressing me.
I do understand this. We are a soul and living as a person. Person, basically, in Hindi we have a very correct word for it, Vyakti, which means that which is expressed or that which is expressing. Avivyakti basically means expression. Vyakti means is an expression of the soul. So the soul is continuously expressing itself. That is what it means to be a person. Like there is a need to express itself continuously. That's what is the need of being a person. If you don't express yourself, you cannot be a person. That's what is keep quiet. Don't move. Don't do anything. And you being a person simply will disappear from your consciousness and you will know that I am the soul. So there is something to be understood here. I'm not saying do anything. I'm just saying that there is something to be understood here. So the need to express, the feeling to suppress is actually coming from that old habit of being a person. You, the soul, can express yourself without talking to anybody or saying anything to anyone. You, the soul, can let your soul expand through the body mind without uttering a single word or looking at anybody. You can let your soul expand as much as the whole universe, which will include expressing your joy also, which will include tasting the beauty of whole life also. So it is the need of the old habit of being a person that I have to express something. Even in the beginning, I remember we meditators used to feel like I have to say something because I have just discovered something very powerful today. We also feel like it is normal. Like if somebody can hear this, like it's the part of that nature.
Yeah, I understand this, and thank you for removing all this stuff, which, yeah, I was saying. But still, maybe I want to ask that, like, because in my country, I see like recently everyone is just so unhappy, and it affects me. So what I mean by outward expression, it actually means that, like, I don't hear anyone laughing. Just the other day, I saw a laughter, and I was like this, and because of that kind of happening, you can also feel affected, and you cannot laugh. Like, I don't know, like this is maybe you
No, I
can
do
help.
understand that our energies of body mind do require kind of a expression to feel healthy, and like this I understand. Our energies of body mind do require some expression to remain healthy in the flow, to be alive. I do understand that. Yeah. But I'm not really doing anything about these things here. This in my satsang, all I'm focusing on here is how to discover the truth of who we are and express ourselves. This is something at a very individual level and will be taken care of at that level. At the max, what I share is the Prabhata Shuddhi, that purify your energy in such a way that there is less and less need for doing special certain activities rather than doing them. Your energy start flowing more holistically in everything, like samagra and total in everything that we do. And that will become like a way to become more flowing and healthy in the energies of body mind, like this, without depending on any particular life situation which our body mind is indicating in some way. But again, it is very individual. Everybody will take the call here. So, but thank you. I understand that. Yeah.
Thank you too. I also understand what you say and actually live by this, but these are just very old concept and old way of living life. So thank you for reminding that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I can quickly talk to Ojas, then we end now. Yeah, hello Ojas.
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
So keep it quick. Actually, no questions as such. कोई शिकवा नहीं, like the kind of issues kind of questions, but I still really wanted to come in front of you. Just like you said, when meditators they feel something, then they want to express somehow. And since you were having discussions on the topic of joy, then I thought I can also share. So, Rajee, I have a idea of what is joy, and I feel most like in sync when I experience that joy. And right now it is like that. And also how you said to Mila, what is your intention? What do you want from awakening? So I would say this would be nice, to be able to keep experiencing this joy, this like just a sense of flow and spontaneity, and it's almost like I'm not present. It's like the joy is living. Yes. So maybe just around that, if you can share also. But I'm concerned that maybe the joy will go away. And you mentioned about the recording part, like are you living it or are you recording it? So oftentimes I have a tendency to record in the form of maybe taking pictures or taking notes, capturing something beautiful. So yes, maybe you can share something.
Wow. I do understand what you are saying. We all desire this kind of life where we are in sync with existence and flowing, without thinking so much or stumbling upon things or hitting the wall, like this, more like a river. But the thing is that as long as there is a energy or seed of ego inside us, it's going to keep popping up again and again, and it's going to hypnotize us in a way into it, like imprison us into it. That's why we, the sincere seekers, have to take this call very carefully, that living the joy, spontaneously living life, is really the core desire of the soul. But it doesn't mean that it can be just directly achieved like this, without removing my misunderstandings about who I am. Like the sincere seeker has to identify what is the solution, rather than just keep, desiring or saying that what do I want to attain. No, anything you want to attain, the more sincere you are to attain something, the more you will immediately start attaining the solution for it. So the solution is that the recording is not a problem, but there is someone we take ourselves to be who depends on recording, who becomes stronger, a thinker, doer, decision maker, a individual self, the more it depends on recording. And to address this problem is what is spiritual. The whole spiritual approach basically is to address this one single problem, which is not a problem actually. So there is a sense of individuality inside us, and there is a sense of being inside us. When these two things coexist nicely, everything is perfect. Like life is being lived through individual, sense of individual, while the being is enjoying that life which is being lived through the individual. Being is not forgetting that I am the being. Being is not forgetting that there is individualness of the body mind. When these two things kind of become one thing, that's where the problem begins. The being that you are, which is by nature expanded and free, feels imprisoned because of accepting the limitations of the body mind individual. body mind feels overwhelmed because of you working in it, overly giving energy, overly giving electricity to it. Keep things balanced. Keep your focus on yourself in the heart. Let your body mind function under your guidance of your being. Everything is going to continue being more and more like this, what you are saying. So it's a genuine actual call. It cannot be just like this, okay, I decide to be free and you will become free. No, we have to figure out why we are imprisoned and why do we get imprisoned again and again also. You see my point? So it's a actual genuine work that one has to do, no? Like this. So thank you. Very, very nice. God bless.
Thank you, Rajee. Thanks.
It's very nice. I'm very happy to meet all of you today. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you for joining.